it's me, Queen here from Life After Money. When I retired 7 years ago, nearly 8 years ago, I was then able to start my walking, restart my walking. I've always been a keen walker, but work got in the way. But now I'm retired, I can do lots and lots of walking, and I just love walking. So I thought I would challenge myself to a long trip. I was invited to a party in Blackpool, my friend's retirement party, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll go to a party in Blackpool, and I could drive there, go to the party, and I could drive back. But then I thought that would be a bit boring, wouldn't it? So I decided that I would get a train to Blackpool from Scunthorpe and go to the party and walk back. This was my first long distance walk about 7 years ago. It was 137 miles and it took me 7 days. I didn't book any accommodation except for the first B&B in Blackpool. And at the end of that, I really enjoyed it. It was hard slog. In fact, on day 7, I walked 30 miles from Selby to the Humber Bridge. The Humber Bridge is my finishing point. But I was pleased that I managed it all by myself. And from then on I've carried on and done more and more walks. I've got a train across to Morecambe. That was 162 miles back to the Humber Bridge. That was 9 days. A train to Ellesmere Port, where I have a friend, and walk back from there, and one to Southport and walk back from there. And then I thought I would try the Tyne, from the River Tyne, Newcastle, down to the Humber. I got a train up there and stayed overnight in South Shields and walked back down the Yorkshire coast down to the Humber Bridge. Then I thought I would try it the other way and walk from the Humber Bridge to Penrith. So they're all around about 140, 150 miles, anything between 7 and 9 days. There was one trip where I actually did book accommodation all along the route, and that was from my hometown in Burton-on-Trent back up to Scunthorpe, and I did walk along the river on that trip. That was very nice. But I'm recently back from the latest trip, which was again another one from the Tyne to the Humber. This time I didn't go down the coast, I chose a different route. It sort of kills my feet a little bit. When I first started I took too much in my backpack and it was too heavy, but now I've done several trips, then I now know what I can take with me, what I actually need. I don't take extra footwear, I just go in my walking boots. Because when I've finished a day's walking, which might be sort of 18, 20 odd miles, I just want to get in a hotel and collapse. I'm not going to walk anywhere else, so I don't take extra footwear with me. I don't take a lot of clothes either, because I'm all day walking by myself. I usually get a shower every night, usually I get in a B&B or a hotel where I can have a shower. My clothes get smelly, yeah, certainly. You know, I do start to stink a little bit, but I'm on my own all day, so it doesn't bother me. But when you're travelling a long way on foot, you do need to keep your weight down. What weighs a lot in my backpack is my computer, because I do like to blog along the way. If I don't, I have it all to do when I get back. So I try to get in a hotel room. and get the pictures loaded up to the computer, and then write up the blog. Anyway, I'm just back from a trip, so I thought I would just take you on a little short journey. I've laid the maps out on the floor, and I'll just show you the route that I took from Newcastle to the Humber Bridge. I'm going to have to move this camera, so come with me. There you are. That's Newcastle. I've used 6 ordnance survey maps for this. I think I need to get on my knees. The pink line is where I started, right, the centre. I booked that hotel in advance. I got off the train and went straight to the hotel. For this, I always mark my maps, by the way. For this I've used pink and green on different days. So I came down the pink route there, bypassing Stanley. I don't know if this is focusing right. I might need to zoom out a little bit. I missed Chester and I went to Durham. Durham was my first overnight stop. I had to go in a very posh hotel there because I couldn't find anything else, and that was 18 miles. So the next day I carried on and I went that way, sort of not a particularly pretty route. Spennymoor, touched a bit of Spennymoor. I went right through Newton Aycliffe. The weather wasn't that good, but it was okay. And then I needed to find a bed. I was heading for Darlington, but I didn't quite make Darlington. So there's a hotel just at the motorway junction there. So that's where I stayed overnight. Then changed back to pink and walked right through Darlington and out the other side. There. And I'm not sure if this is going to work very well, but I'll carry on. Yep. And then Northallerton was the next overnight stop. Through Northallerton and across there towards Yorkshire. What was that place called? Yeah. And I stayed overnight at there we are, look. Stayed overnight there. Kilburn. That's where the mouse man lives. In a pub. That was a pub stop, that was. So then changed back to pink again through Easingwold. Now I pick up supplies on the way. I don't carry much food, but I do have some snacks. Now I came into York and I came down this road here, and I was told that there would be hotels down that road. I did pop into a big chain hotel, but I thought it was a bit of a cheat for them to be wanting £85 plus breakfast of about £11 as well. And I thought, well, you could at least include breakfast in that price. So what I did was I walked down there. I went to the youth hostel there. The youth hostel, fantastic youth hostels. It cost £42. I had a private room and it included breakfast. So leaving York, I came out on this road here, the 1079, and off I went down here. Oops. And I needed a bed sort of around Market Wheaton. I had checked on the internet to see if there might be something available, and I did text somebody and ring, have you got to bed for the night? And she got back to me, and it was at Shiptonthorpe. So I was able to finish at Shiptonthorpe in a nice little B&B, and then from there, Shiptonthorpe, I was able to walk the rest of the way to, you'll see an extra line there, that's from a previous walk. You see, we've got extra pink there, that's from previous walk, that was from another walk I did. I always mark my maps because I try not to go over the same ground, but I did there because I needed to get back to the Humber Bridge as quick as I could because my feet were killing me. So I came down to North Cave, I came through here, the little villages down here. Some of this route is what Jo Brand followed when she did her one hell of a walk. I do walk in this area quite a bit actually, so I've walked all around this area here. And then I ended up at the Humber Bridge there at about just after 5 p.m. on Wednesday. So, and that was my 7 days of walking. So, and it's turned out to be 136 miles. My feet just about held out. I must admit they were blooming sore, but I didn't have any problems with any joints, no problems with knees, hips, absolutely no muscle ache because I actually walk every day anyway. I'm doing the second year of Walk 1,000 miles, and I did it last year. I did 1,000 miles in 2016 and finished that in December. So I'm doing it again this year, and of course this 136 has really bumped me up now, and yeah, walking is in my blood now. I feel a lot better for it, a lot fitter for it, and it's part of my day, it's my daily routine, it's what I do, and I think it's very important to carry on with the fitness regime. So just put this back here for a second. Did you like that little trip? I did, I loved it. Every time I do one of these long walks, I always say, never again. Never doing that again, my poor feet. But in a few months' time, I'll be itching to go again. So, anyway, I do recommend walking as much as you can. I mean, I'm 67 now, and I think I'm in pretty good shape. And I want it to stay that way, to be honest. So I'll let you go for a walk. Go on, get your boots on, go for the walk. Bye.